You think the life you live is yours, your choices, your personality, your habits, your fears, your limits. You believe they belong to you. But what if they don't? What if the decisions you think you're making are not decisions at all? What if they are instructions, running automatically? You were taught how to behave before you knew what behavior was. You were handed beliefs before you learned to question. You absorbed a version of life that was written by voices that were never yours. You didn't choose the script. You memorized it. Look at your life carefully. You don't repeat days. You repeat patterns. Same reactions. Same self-doubt. Same emotional triggers. Same battles, wearing different faces. Not because you want to, but because the script demands it. You call it your comfort zone. But comfort is just a well-decorated cage. You call it who you are. But identity is the mask the script assigned you. You think you're living freely, but most of your life is running in the background, like code. Are you making choices, or are you obeying them? Because real freedom doesn't begin when you change your life. It begins when you recognize it was written by someone else. The world didn't teach you how to think. It taught you what to think. It didn't give you a dream. It gave you a direction. It didn't build you. It programmed you. And now you walk through life believing that the voice in your head is yours. But tell me, if your thoughts are original, why did you never think them as a child? Why did they appear only after the world trained you to repeat them? You're not broken. You're predictable. You're not stuck. You're following a storyline. But here is the paradox. The script only controls those who don't realize they're reading one. The moment you see the script, something snaps. You stop being the character. You become the observer. And an observed system can no longer control the observer. That moment you question yourself. That moment you feel the invisible strings. That moment you think, wait, is this really me? That is the moment you step outside the script. Not to fight it. Not to force a new story. But to realize something bigger. You were never the role. You were never the story. You were the one experiencing it. So now the question isn't, how do I fix my life? The real question is, who wrote the version of me I'm living as right now? And the even bigger question, am I ready to edit it or delete it completely? Because the next chapter of your life won't begin when you try harder. It will begin when you realize you're the one holding the pen. Not stuck, not broken, not lost, just scripted. And the script can be rewritten. You think you can't change your life, but the truth is darker. You're not stuck. You're scripted. Before you learned who you are, you learned how to behave. Before you chose a dream, you were handed one. You didn't design your habits. You inherited them. Your reactions, pre-written. Your fears, pre-taught. Even your limits were installed before you could protest. You think you're thinking, but most days, you're reciting. Look at your life closely. You don't repeat days. You repeat patterns. You don't chase goals. You reenact expectations. Not because you chose the script, but because no one told you there was a pen in your hand. And here's the twist. The script only works as long as you don't notice it. The moment you see the code, you stop being a character. Awareness doesn't fix your life. Awareness frees you from the storyline. You were never broken. You were written. You were never failing. You were following instructions. So now the real question is, who wrote your script? And when will you start editing? Because the moment you do, you stop living a story and start becoming the author.